No siemanko, dzień dobry, witam wszystkich serdecznie, Michalski z tej strony. Drodzy Państwo, dzisiaj mam dla Was wywiad z Levana Protocol. Będziecie mogli bliżej poznać ten projekt, który już powinniście znać z misji na SEI. Porozmawiamy sobie o możliwościach, jakie daje Levana Protocol, jak i również o przyszłych planach. Będą napisy dostępne w wielu językach, także już nie przeciągając, zapraszam na intro! I have here today with me Levana Protocol. You can introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Karras. I lead communications at Levana Protocol, Mad Caps Left. Levana Protocol is a perpetual swap that is fully collateralized, built on the SEI Network, and it provides 30x leverage trading, long and short, for some of your favorite crypto assets.
Yes, so that's basically what Levana is. And can you tell us what is different, what it differs you from other perpetual swaps?
Sure. So there's a few different ways to build leverage trading protocols. The first one is if there's any on-chain and off-chain differentiation. So with some protocols that are providing leverage in the market, like DYDX, a significant portion of the software runs off-chain and uses different sequencers, different order book matching elements in order to match between the people that want to open positions and the people that want to close positions. It also forces users to understand how order books work and to manage their positions with the complexity of an order book. Now, in general, in crypto, what we've seen over the last 3 to 4 years is that most traders come from the world of retail, and they're not experts at managing the complexities of order books. And that's how we ended up with such a strong popularity of applications like Uniswap or SushiSwap or PancakeSwap, where direct swapping of peers, which are individual traders, to pools, which are liquidity pools that always act as the counter trader, have become much more popular. And one of the reasons that they're more popular is that they're simpler to use. They're simpler to use both as a trader and as a market maker or liquidity provider. And even the terminology AMM, which is the type of decentralized exchange that SushiSwap and Uniswap are considered automated market makers, where they automate a process which was done either manually or through complex trading algorithms within the world of centralized finance. So Levana it falls under the category of an automated market maker or a peer-to-pool perpetual swap, a leverage trading platform. And even amongst the peer-to-pool leverage trading platforms, Levana is unique in the fact that it uses a single asset for each market, meaning that if you are a liquidity provider, you're only providing one asset. For example, if you want to provide liquidity to the Bitcoin market on Levana, then you simply deposit Bitcoin. If you want to provide liquidity to the Ethereum market on Levana, you would simply provide Ethereum. And that has an advantage that you don't suffer from a loss, which is popular in two pooled systems, such as Uniswap or PancakeSwap, which is called impermanent loss. And impermanent loss is defined as when the market moves against you. So even if you are collecting fees, because you provided, let's say, stablecoin on one side and Ethereum on the other side, as the price of Ethereum moves up or down, that can negatively impact the total value of the liquidity pool contribution that you created. So we focus on removing a lot of these complexities. So our LP pools are single-sided. Each pool is separate, and you open and close positions, both short and long positions, using the crypto asset. So with some liquidity, with some perpetual swap protocols, you actually open and close any trade through stablecoins, or you open your long positions and short positions through depositing stablecoins. And this presents a challenge around or a risk factor around insolvency, where the amount of stable coins that you might be entitled to if you had a successful trade is actually greater than the total amount of stable coins that are deposited into the system, which means that there's the fear of a bank run, where if there's many successful traders in succession, that only the first few traders will actually be able to cash out their position, and then the system goes into debt, and then the rest of the people are essentially stuck holding an empty bag. And this has happened not just within crypto worlds. This has happened on a number of crypto perpetual swaps that are using a mechanism called the virtual AMM, or the constant product model. I'm not going to list the list of protocol names. I think that would be rude. But a number of other competitors in the market are not well-funded or fully collateralized. And so they have this risk. And especially because of the fact that we are at such a constrained point in the market, that we've had so much downward pressure on Ethereum and on Bitcoin, that I anticipate that many of the other perpetual products in the market, that when there is a run, and obviously none of us have a crystal ball. We don't know what the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum will be in the future. But if Bitcoin was, for example, to run from, today's prices to break $100,000 a coin, then many of the leverage trading platforms that people would come to and would take on leverage Bitcoin positions, they would simply go broke, because they actually didn't have the stable coins to be able to pay out that funding. So these are some of the core problems that the Levana architects and engineers and developers really came to address head on. Is how does Levana build the strongest, most stable, easiest to use perpetual trading platform within all of DeFi, where everything is happening on chain and there's no need for an off-chain order book.
That's a really satisfying answer. Thank you very much. I'm very interested in this one-side pools, because the impairment loss when you are using DeFi is pretty common. So I'm a big fan of one-sided pools.
Me too. And we didn't, we were inspired by GMX. GMX doesn't have one-sided pools. They actually have something more complicated, really like 5 or 6-sided pools, because they use a collection of tokens in something called GLP to be part of their liquidity pool. I'm not sure how familiar you are with them, but much of our design was inspired as how do we take the good things from GMX and how do we remove the bad things. And that's what resulted in our really innovative design. And removing the impermanent loss is a huge factor, because at the end of the day, people, especially when you want to cater to new tokens or younger or smaller cap tokens, a big fear of being a liquidity provider is, if this token does a 10x, then the fact that then the impermanent loss can completely eat away at my farming rewards. And so we wanted to build or design a system where you wouldn't have to worry about that. If there was a new young token that was small and you just deposited into Levana, that you would be able to ride up in the liquidity pool. Obviously, rewards never come without risk, but the risk of impermanent loss would be, which is a major risk that anyone who's been involved in DeFi for many years would no longer feel the pain of that particular choke point.
So Levana protocol have pretty rough start when it comes to chains. I know you've been looking for a new home for quite some time.
Yes.
And now you have another testnet finally running on SEI Network. Could you tell me more about the partnership with SEI?
Sure. So our background is we we've been building our protocol in Rust. And Rust is the language for building smart contracts in CosmWasm, which is the smart contract platform for the Cosmos SDK. And there are about 50 different chains within Cosmos. The largest of those chains suffered an economic attack about a year ago and collapsed. We were very well poised for launch there, and we took a big hit when that chain collapsed. And since then, we've been looking at where within the Cosmos ecosystem or where supporting the Cosmos SDK or our core technology we would be able to deploy. And we we fell in love with the SEI Network ecosystem because we saw how rapidly they were growing in terms of developer adoption, how rapidly they were growing in terms of user adoption. They were the first testnet of any crypto ecosystem to get over 500,000 testnet wallets. And that was a huge accomplishment. And we noticed that when we launched our first testnet on SEI, we grew rapidly in terms of all of our social channels because there were so many people excited about the core vision of SEI. We now have over 140,000 followers on Twitter, and we have over 60,000 followers or members of our Discord. And we've had over 100,000 users test our beta on SEI, which is over 10 times as many users as what we found on testnets on other protocols within the ecosystem or other chains within the ecosystem. And I think some of the things that attract people to SEI is that it has a really strong focus on building the best trading platforms. So there's a lot of core technology like sub-second finality, large block space, a broad validator set, multiple bridges, and an on-chain oracle, natural tokens through a token factory, and many other technical innovations that make it really positioned to be the strongest layer one launching in 2023. And when we started talking to more and more developers that were building on SEI, it became obvious that this was a really strong place to build and a really strong place to gain partnerships.
Yes, true that. I can totally agree. You made a good choice when it comes to trading. SEI should be a good chain. Do you have any other partnerships in this network?
So we've partnered with a lot of the other chains that are a lot of the other products that are building on SEI. For example, Mizu, the NFT marketplace, Astroport and Sparrowswap, the AMMs, Simba, the order book on-chain decentralized exchange. Physio is a binary market and a gaming trading platform, and a few others have really caught our eye. Kryptonite is an interesting money market, and we're excited to be able to build really at the ground floor with so many talented developer teams so that we can help create a moat of liquidity within the SEI ecosystem that when you bridge through Wormhole or through Axelar into SEI, you'll have so much activity that you can do, regardless of the exact type of trader that you are, or gamer that you are, or NFT collector that you are, that you'll stay within the ecosystem and that each application will support the other and will help educate users on what are things that they can do within the ecosystem. I really believe that it takes a strong ecosystem to create a successful network.
You have mentioned the NFTs. I remember you've been giving away some dragon NFTs and some avatars. Are you gonna continue this this journey, or because a long time I didn't hear about anything from Levana NFTs?
Yep. So we believe that the best way to be able to onboard the casual user that is not necessarily interested in the in trading, and especially more speculative or higher risk trading, such as leverage trading, is to educate them through collectibles. So we've minted on multiple chains now NFTs themed in dragons. So we have dragon eggs, we have dragon riders, and on SEI we will have baby dragons. And we will encourage the users of Levana products from other chains, from our previous products. And we built a number of games, and we built bridging services, and we built a testnet options trading platform and a testnet perpetual swap on other chains. And so we'll take all of this, these NFTs, and we'll use them as part of user acquisition, that we will inspire them to be bridged over to SEI. And then in future versions of the product, we'd like to use a number of these NFTs as educational tools and as part of a loyalty and rewards program, similar to frequent flyer miles or a Starbucks membership card or things like that, where new features and functionality will be enabled or have first access through members that own certain NFTs. That won't be this won't be part of our launch product, but it's something that we're really excited about, especially in the next market cycle, where more retail or more first-time crypto traders will be coming to market.
That's nice. I hope you're gonna remember your early adopters, because we've been doing some quests from Levana Wars, so we remember Levana protocol pretty well.
That's great. Yeah, we've got a lot. We actually have earmarked over 1.5 million Levana tokens for the participants that have been doing these quests. And then we also have, we've got other farming rewards. I think right now we have earmarked about 15% of the total token supply, which is, there's 1 billion tokens of Levana. So that's 150 million tokens are earmarked to be distributed to community members through various reward programs, such as farming and educational quests.
Actually, could you provide how we could obtain the Levana token, except this what you already mentioned?
So the best way is to follow our Discord, because there's activities, there's community activities and actions that are published on a regular basis. So the exact details are always being updated and matured based on what we see the community is interested in and what gets the biggest feedback. For example, we have an incentivized trading competition, which we've got our second incentivized trading competition. Each trading competition is a week long. So we had the first one about 2 weeks ago, and we have another one which is happening actually today. It started yesterday. And there are prizes that are given out for participants for being the best trader, but also just even for participating. So I highly suggest, if you want to follow what are the best ways to earn prizes from Levana, is to join our Discord and to follow us there.
So trading, for sure, it's available on Levana. Could you explain some other capabilities of Levana protocol? I really like DeFi, and I really like using my my capital in a more passive way.
Yes. So there's an earn section where you can provide single-sided liquidity. So you deposit one token, and that token will then essentially be the margin that's lent to leverage traders. And our platform aspires to be delta neutral in order to minimize risk to LPs. And you will earn part of the protocol fees, which it's very hard to estimate exactly what they will be on mainnet. But on testnet, we've seen numbers ranging from 15% APR to 40% APR. And again, there's no promise that you can receive that type of interest, but that's real yield interest. So meaning you could earn that on Bitcoin or Ethereum. And then in addition, you can take those LP tokens, you can stake them, and then earn farming rewards in Levana tokens, which acts as a boost to your to the rewards that you would get.
So right now we have available Bitcoin, Ethereum, Atom, and Osmosis, right? Do you have any other listing coming up?
So right now we are on testnet. We only have available the ETH market, but we are constantly getting feedback from users as to what are the markets that they care the most about, and then we are taking those that feedback and then using that for rollout. The most popular tokens for leverage trading that we've seen are Bitcoin and Ethereum. So those will be the ones that we initially incentivize for launch. And then over time, we'll add more and more markets based on community feedback.
And that's going to be bridged version of Ethereum and Bitcoin from Wormhole, probably?
Yes, probably through Wormhole. And we're hoping to launch with a Wormhole integration directly into the Levana front end. So you'll be able to come and connect your wallet and then bridge things over, especially if you were trading on Ethereum or Solana or Near or Polygon or Arbitrum or Optimism. So those should all be supported either at launch or soon after launch to be able to bridge Bitcoin and Ethereum over, and then have those tokens either passively earn yield in terms of real yield and possibly farming rewards of LVN governance token, and then in addition to that, you can use that capital as collateral for your own trading as well.
Cool. So do you have any upcoming? We know that the SEI Network is planning for season 2 with a whole testnet missions. Probably you're also going to be there. Do you have any other upcoming events for Levana?
Well, we're really focusing now on the trading competitions. So because the trading competitions, we can give rewards out on a weekly basis. People don't have to wait. And instead of just clicking random buttons, it really inspires you to learn how to use the protocol a little bit better. So we will have rewards around learning how to farm, learning how to trade, things of that nature. And then as users get more and more advanced, then we'll offer more and more advanced rewards. And that will lead up into launch, which we're hoping is only a few weeks away.
So that means that SEI Network should also be ready in a few weeks, correct?
Well, I'm not at liberty to give any information about SEI's upcoming launch, but I can say that our target is to launch within about 3 weeks.
Okay, very cool. I am happy to hear it. I am ready for the launch. And that's all from me. I ask all my questions. I know everything right now. I hope we're gonna see each other again. Would you like to add anything?
No, thank you so much for having me on the show. You can, my DMs are open. This is my Twitter username here, MadCapsLaugh. There's a lot of really great mods on the Levana Discord. If you go to Levana_protocol on Twitter, you'll see a link directly to Discord there. And that's the best place to find out more information. And there's a lot of different language groups. And if you want to add a new language group, just simply ask one of the mods and they'll open it up for you as well.
We have our Polish section from a long time ago. So all the links gonna be in the description below. Thank you very much.
Thanks and have a great day.